going on with you guys, man? Whole new wave of light, grand rising, man. Hope everyone's having a beautiful day today. Kind of just want to come out here and speak my truth. Let everyone know that, what you're going through right now is for a reason. What you're going through right now is necessary. Because when we start to really take full responsibility for our lives and become self-conscious of our own frequency and our vibration that we're sending out, that's when we can really start to change our reality. That's when we can really start to, love ourselves unconditionally. Even myself, I've been kind of transforming, letting go of who I once was, and it's a painful process sometimes in the spiritual awakening. Is you'll be in that cocoon phase, you'll be in that metamorphosis of the false ego, the false self. We're starting to let go of it and kind of discard it and open ourselves up to these higher frequency energies of who we truly are. And I want to come back more articulate, more authentic, and just present with you guys. I stopped making YouTube videos for a little bit, almost probably over, I don't even know, a few months. But I feel like this is all happening for a reason, because I know we have an immense amount of value to give to each other. And know that you gotta be a blessing to receive a blessing. You gotta put that value out there so you can reciprocate that back. These are the natural laws of reciprocity, the laws of abundance. How natural law really is. Cause and effect. One thing that I've been learning is, the physical world is really the plane of effect, and everything else above, in the macro to micro level. At a macrocosm level, these are really where all the causations occur. So once we fully take accountability and responsibility for our own frequency and our own way of thinking, because your thoughts are powerful, man. The law of mentalism, that's another hermetic law that's connected with the natural laws. And I'm seeing how powerful it is when we start really living in alignment with our true self, not giving our power away to these leeches, man, these narcissists, these fucking soulless motherfuckers, man. And it's like I'm coming to a place and a point in time in my journey where I'm learning unconditional love. I'm learning not to really judge others. Back then I kind of had that spiritual ego of feeling like I knew it all and all this stuff. There's a lot to learn. And the saying of unearned wisdom, you really want to integrate the shadow aspects and balance the spiritual and the physical plane at the same time, because you don't want to get so caught into this stuff that the physical or your lower chakras or these things, what the chakras really represent. Just like your lower three, you have physical energy centers. You have the heart, which is the gateway. You have the heart, which is the gateway, and then the upper spiritual ones. All these work in some type of coherence. Some type of equilibrium. What I like to call, it all works together. So I just want everyone to be comfortable in their own skin, man. Be comfortable with this process right now. Be patient with yourself, because you're doing fucking good, man. You're doing a lot better than you think. All this stuff, all this suffering, all the isolation, all the feeling misunderstood, guys. I'm speaking to the real chosen ones. I'm speaking to the real Heyoka, Starseed, Priestess, chosen generation, the God's people is what I like to call it, because we're all God's children deep down. It's just, are we willing to really take accountability for our own underlying causes, or what are manifesting, creating these effects? That's how I'm really starting to kind of see it now. It's just meditate on your reality. Go inside yourself, reflect, observe your patterns, observe the energies you're sending out, observe your train of thought. What are you focusing on? Because what we focus on really grows. The saying, where your attention flows, your energy also goes. So just be a blessing to receive one, man. I want to let you know, man, you are fucking worthy as you are right now in this very present moment. In this present moment is what is, truth is isness, guys. We're vibrating out of this lower self. We're vibrating out of this slave mindset, this lack of scarcity, man. The universe is ever abundant. Nature is ever abundant, and we are one with that. And this ties back into law of correspondence, the macro and the micro. The universe is an individual kind of experiencing solidity, if that makes sense. In a way, you are the universe. Look at the eye, like they see the eye as a good example, because we all are this source. We were source energy before we came here, and who you truly are was never born and will never die. There's a lot of dark night soul process, and I've been feeling, even myself, going through this change, and it's been very uncomfortable sometimes. To who I thought I was is not really who we really are. And it's a process. You got to be gentle with yourself. You got to be aware of your patterns. I like to say, what you're emitting is what you're getting. If we can become conscious of our own intrinsic gifts and values and the passions that we can really naturally display, you're going to attract that abundance. I realize, notice it when you chase things, when you create so much resistance around things, it runs away. Just like money, that's one thing I've learned. When we chase the money runs. You got to be an open and receptive to bring in these blessings, man. Don't block your blessings. A lot of times, even myself, sometimes I'm my own worst enemy. I'm my own worst critic, You just got to let that go. And there's a great power in supremely letting go of things that do not really serve you. And it's a patient process, It's awareness is the first step of change on the path to self-mastery. You got to become aware so then you can actually go inside yourself internally and explore your own consciousness. I feel like this whole game of life is, we're meant to create, we're meant to evolve, and we're pure consciousness experiencing this human experience. So to see everything's happening for a reason, see that your situation right now, everything you're going through, is just reflecting your state of vibration. Something came through me, and it was, consciousness is the cause, reality is sometimes the effect. And what happened in the past, we can't change. Even myself, I've been through some fucked up situations, but I see that we chose these situations to really awaken into our truth, awaken to who we truly are. So just don't let go of that self-sabotage, man. Let go, dude. It's a small, they say it's a marathon, not a race. There's no competition. This is all about just us evolving into our higher state of being and embodying this light, embodying that Christ consciousness, letting it pour through us and being a direct conduit, because we all are, whether you know it or not. I'm just a messenger for the message. I'm just the doorway, and I'm walking the hill right with you into our own self-healing, the power of frequency, the power of 432 hertz, the power of universal laws. Do not sleep on it. Ask and you shall receive. And my main message for you is to just chill. Don't take everything so seriously. Observe it all. Be in the moment. And that's when we can start to attract things, is when we start getting more authentic and truly loving ourselves unconditionally, accepting ourselves for everything we've done, and to this point, letting it go. Because all there is this moment. Being present with that and forgiving. You got to have that radical self-forgiveness sometimes and let go of that bullshit that drained you, man. You're not those narcissists, all this shit, the scapegoat and the gaslighting, the things that was falsely kind of slapped onto you in this false identity, which we call the ego. So to see that this is all happening for you and not to you, you're not a victim, man. You're not a victim of your circumstance. It's the circumstance we're experiencing is really just a reflection of it's all a result of our own consciousness, See it, energy, frequency, vibration, our thoughts, our feelings, that gut instinct, that intuition, it's all connected, One thing that really hit me is, the heart, you gotta care, and then the mind, you gotta have the knowledge, and the guts, you gotta act on this stuff. We gotta just apply it, make it a practice. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment for more content. I'm coming back on this. Vision to fruition is what I call it, because we're all powerful co-creator beings with the divine. Remember who you are. Don't let all this negativity and letting all this stuff around you, other people who aren't on the same wavelength, pull you down. And all we can do is really learn from this, Everything's a teacher, even your so-called enemies, even the so-called opposition. Everything plays a purpose in this universe, in this game that we call life. So play the cards you're dealt with and evolve from it. Use what you have, man. I'm telling you, everything you're looking for is directly within you. That answer you're looking for is directly inside of you right now. The heart knows. The soul always knows. Choice is an illusion. We first have to come to the understanding of our own bullshit and our underlying causes so we can see the effect, physical plane, the effect of what we're experiencing and how it's kind of directly mirroring our own behaviors and all this stuff. So, I'm taking it slow. I'm making my way back up on here, but I'm keeping it clear, direct, and applicable for you guys, and then just coming genuine, heart to heart, man. Unconditional love, man. Unconditional love is God. I learned that from ayahuasca. Unconditional love is God, and realizing nature is really working with us. We're one with all this, guys. So to study the universal laws, I'm going to be uploading some more videos talking about natural laws, talking about some of these things. So just stay strong, man. Realize that this shit, that you're not a victim, man. Who you truly are is unbreakable. Your spirit, man, the power of your spirit is unbreakable. Don't sleep on yourself. Love yourself. Create, evolve, make that music, make that art, do what lights you up. Be in the flow of the moment. And just remember that grace through hard times, man. A lot of times of darkness and the shit we going through, we forget how badass we are. We forget who we truly are. So I'm just here to remind you who you truly are. Don't forget. Meditate on it. Just look inside yourself. Move your body. The body's meant for movement and the mind's meant for stillness. Take the time to be introspective, but also take the time to just live and just enjoy it all, We're here to have fun, guys, so I'm just here to remind you, it's a messenger for the message, Lucas, eternal spirit, transforming, stepping in my power, asking God to use me as a vessel, to get these messages across, the Holy Spirit, whatever you want to call it, whatever really resonates with you. It's all about what resonates, Take what resonates. If it doesn't click with you, that's perfectly fine. But don't be someone you're not. Be your unapologetic true self. Have your morals, man. Have your higher values. See how everyone's really just reflection. I'm just a reflection of you, man. I'm just a reflection of your own consciousness. So, it's like we mirror things back to each other. So, see your external reality is just a mirror. Everything we experience is just a result of our own consciousness. Meditate on that. Sit on that and think on that. But that's what I got for you, man. Remember, as deep as you're willing to dive is also as high as you can fly. As deep as you're willing to dive inside of yourself, that's as high as you can fly in this reality, man. There is no limits. There is no chains. There's no locks. We have to almost unlock ourselves from the inside out and rewiring our subconscious mind, deprogramming all this shit, scarcity, poverty, lack, all the blah, blah, blah. Go to the natural laws and things will start to click. It's all connected. So I just want to be a messenger for you guys, man. Let you guys know I have a positive day, but at the same time, don't avoid the shadow work. It's something that I kind of went through. Don't avoid the shadow work. Feel what comes up, acknowledge it, and release it. But namaste, family. You know what's going on, man. Have a beautiful day. Stay blessed. Stay meditated, man. Stay in alignment and stay strong. This shit is temporary, man. The law of impermanence. This is all temporary. What you're going through right now is happening for a reason. I'm here to just remind you of that. So stay up. Keep creating, man. Love yourself unconditionally. And start with where you at. Start with where you at. Love, family. Unconditional love. Y'all.